Okay, so if you're a developer working with Google's AI, you've probably seen a ton of new tools. You've got Gemini Pro, AI Studio, Firebase Studio. It can feel like a lot to keep track of, right? So the big question is, which one should you actually be using? Let's dive in and figure out exactly which tool is built for the job you need to do.
Well, here's the thing. Each of these tools, while they're all super powerful, is really designed for a very different job and for a different type of developer. So you shouldn't think of it like a competition. It's more like choosing the right tool from a toolbox. To figure that out, let's break it down by looking at 3 different developer personas. First up, let's talk about the quick problem solver. You know who this is. This is you when you're deep in your workflow. You hit a snag and you need an answer now. You need a quick code snippet or a bug fixed like yesterday. For that, your go-to tool is absolutely going to be Gemini Pro. So what is it really? At its heart, Gemini Pro for coding is a highly intelligent chatbot. Its entire purpose is to be a direct conversational assistant. You ask it a question in plain English, and it gives you a direct answer, whether that's generating a new function, explaining some complex algorithm, or finding that annoying bug in your code. And when you look at its features, it all starts to make sense, right? A chat interface means there's zero setup. The ability to analyze up to 1 million tokens, that's huge. It means you can just paste in large, complex code files and it won't lose the context. Plus, it's integrated with Google Search, so its knowledge is always up to date. It's built for that immediate, single prompt and answer interaction. It really is like having a pair programmer you can call on instantly. It's perfect for when you just don't want to leave your current environment or get bogged down in some complex new tool. It's the quick helper. Plain and simple. Okay, so let's move on to our next persona. What if you're not just trying to solve a quick problem? What if you're trying to understand and actually shape the AI model's behavior itself? You want to tinker, you want to test, you want to tune. For this developer, the AI experimenter, the tool is AI Studio. And here is where you see the core difference. AI Studio is not a chatbot. It's described perfectly as an AI model-centric laboratory. This is where you go to get your hands dirty with the model itself. It's all about methodical experimentation, not quick answers. So inside this lab, you get fine-grained control. You're not just getting an answer back. You're the one adjusting the parameters, testing different inputs like images or audio, and really perfecting the function calls you'll eventually need for your application. So let's just boil it down. Here's the simplest way to think about it. Gemini Pro is your quick chat helper for solving an immediate coding problem. AI Studio is the structured lab for refining how an AI model will behave. You could say one is about getting an answer, while the other is about designing the answerer itself. Now for our final persona, the application builder. This is you when your goal isn't just about getting a snippet of code or experimenting with a model. No, you want to design, build, test, and deploy a complete, full-stack application. For this end-to-end job, you need Firebase Studio. Firebase Studio is easily the most comprehensive tool of the 3. Honestly, think of it as a complete workshop right in your browser. It's a full-on IDE and integrated development environment, a lot like VS Code, but with Gemini AI deeply woven into every single part of the process. And the feature list here, it just screams production ready. You have a familiar, powerful code editor, tons of templates to get started quickly, and AI agents that do way more than just generate code. They help with refactoring and fixing bugs. But most importantly, it handles the entire workflow, from a simple natural language idea all the way to deploying the app with integrated hosting. The best way to really see the difference is with an analogy. If AI Studio is the lab where you experiment with the AI engine, then Firebase Studio is the full workshop where you build the entire car around that engine and then drive it right off the lot. The absolute key differentiator? Deployment. Firebase Studio is built to help you ship a real product. Okay, so we've met our 3 personas and their tools. Now let's bring it all together in one simple cheat sheet to help you make the right choice for whatever you're working on next. This table right here, this is your decision-making framework. Just look at the rows. What's your main purpose? If it's a quick fix, you want Gemini Pro. If you're experimenting with a model, head to AI Studio. And if you're building a full app, Firebase Studio is your answer. The rows for IDE and deployment make it even clearer. No IDE and no deployment for Gemini Pro. A full IDE and deployment for Firebase Studio. So you see, the big takeaway here isn't about which tool is the best overall. That's the wrong question.
The real power comes from understanding what you're trying to do and then confidently picking the tool that was purpose-built for that specific job. Each one is a leader in its own category.
So, as you start thinking about your next project, just ask yourself, what role do you need your AI to play? Do you need the quick helper, the deep-diving scientist, or the end-to-end builder? Your answer will tell you exactly where to begin.